bonus feature.
We're watching Misery now, and we're doing it as a live watch, but I gotta eat some Bunch of Crunch.
I got Milk Duds, but, I think we're watching a movie.
Milk Duds, I feel like, are less noisy of a food. Bunch of Crunch, you're gonna hear my Bunch of Crunch, and I am sorry, not sorry. But I will try to eat them intermittently. But I'm warning you now, if you don't like food eaty sounds, probably this is not the Misery watch for you. Watch it on your own. Don't probably listen to us watch it.
So we're watching Misery. We are about to start it. I'm just finishing our setup. Okay, we are hitting play now.
And Milk Duds are fine, but Bunch of Crunch is just, categorically better.
Only because it's closer to, Crunch Dibs.
Oh my god, Crunch Dibs.
Right?
Wait, Castle Rock Entertainment.
Yeah.
Now I feel stupid, because I know I've seen that a bunch of times. We're gonna have to watch we're gonna get to watch. You still haven't seen or read Shawshank Redemption.
I haven't. That's the point.
This was Rob Reiner?
This was Rob Reiner.
Does this give us an excuse to watch Princess Bride?
No. You could just watch Princess Bride if you want to just watch Princess Bride.
I want to watch it for fun and profit. That sounds like a typewriter with an N key.
Well, he definitely has a T and an E.
I saw the word not. There was an N. Whoa, do you see his, goat head, Baphomet?
I didn't see it.
I saw it. Looks like my phone case. Oh, wait, he's writing the end on it. Because he's a pretentious piece of shit.
Is he pretentiously artsy? Oh, I see it now. JJ, stop!
Yeah, that's...
Sorry, dog kept going past a cord.
Maybe it's just, a skull. I don't know. It looks like a...
Celebration starting. There's his cigarette.
And a single match. That he's lighting with one hand. But I feel like you wouldn't know this was significant if you hadn't read the book. And this isn't this is the beginning.
This is the beginning. Where he's gonna go possibly drunkenly drive.
He looks very, I don't know.
I don't know why he threw that snowball.
Because he still got it.
He is driving way too fast for my comfort down that snowy road.
Maybe when you're in New York, in the snowy, because his license plate was New York.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe when you're in that part of New York, you know how? Or maybe, cars like that just could. Maybe it's, winterized tires.
Maybe. I don't know. I am uncomfortable with this.
We live where it snows, but not snow like that.
No.
Farnsworth! Good news!
To shreds, you say? Especially because he's on a mountain. These are curves. He's downward. He's going down the mountain.
Doesn't he get in an accident? Isn't that the whole point of this?
He does.
It's like that scene in Doctor Strange where it's like, wow, you got what you deserved. Oh, fuck, it's snowing. I should go faster. I need to get out of this storm.
All the snow stopping me. his one copy of his book that he keeps in his satchel.
That guy had a pretty fancy house. He could have had a photocopier.
He doesn't like to have copies. Legitimately, He purposefully keeps single copies.
He really is like Doctor Strange. Everything he gets coming to him, he deserves.
Oh, here it is. Fucking driving too fast in the damn snow.
You don't hit your
But-
brakes. You don't slam on the brakes.
You're lucky you survived this, Paul Sheldon.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe that's the whole point.
Ooh. Especially because his car is so covered so fast.
Yeah, like he's lucky he got found
Yeah.
by anybody.
Well, I mean, she was dumping a body. She just found a body.
That's like extra. You don't mess with anybody. Like, actually, what would be smarter is you dump the body into the overturned car and you just make it look like they were also in the accident.
Well, I mean, I think it's hard because she used the axe on him. She didn't know she was going to find a car down there.
No, but once she did find a car, because by the time they unburied the car, it would have been so, like, decomposed.
Yeah.
Wow, those book covers just, like, unlocked a core memory for me. What the hell interview is this?
I don't think it's an interview. I think he's talking to his editor.
Oh.
In the car. What a shot. It's being pried open.
I don't think he needs CPR. Like, his eyes were open the way they were. Like, I don't think he needs this.
But it was in the book.
Oh, what?
Yeah. This is where he's, like, having the thought of stop infecting me. But he did, I think, actually needed a little bit more in the book. In the movie here, he really seems like he's pretty aware. He's just not in good shape.
I don't think that's how CPR works.
I don't think so either.
I think he would have needed to go to the hospital once it was done, like once he was resuscitated.
Well, he's with a nurse, thankfully.
Oh shit, that's right.
She knew what she's doing.
That's right.
She's so young.
I'm trying to crunch my Bunja Crunch bar from the mic.
Just outside Silver Creek. Been here 2 days. Gonna be okay. My name is Annie Wills. I'm also a nurse.
Oh, she's upfront about it. She doesn't, like, tell him, like, openly that she's a nurse. He just kind of starts to assume it. And then, he finds the proof, but...
It's interesting how she's just shoving meds in his mouth. Because she has an IV on him.
Yeah.
If this was legit, she'd be able to just give him IV stuff.
Yeah. And that was a big thing in the book. It's just the way she would very forcefully shove pills in his mouth, because he would describe, like, her fingers going in.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Novril is how it's pronounced. Okay.
I think how you were saying it makes sense though, because it sounds like Novocaine.
Yeah. Well, and since it's a made-up medication, I could only do so much.
Yeah. No, it feels like it probably is from Novocaine, like how it's made up.
I do think it's interesting because this really portrays her as being far more innocent than like the book describes any of this. And obviously it's kind of from his perspective,
Yeah.
third person or not, like we had talked about last time. Ew.
Ooh.
His feet kind of look like hobbit feet because they're gigantic, because they're so swollen.
Oh.
Ugh.
So I feel like there is not like any chance that if you call 911 existed by this point. And the story of how 911 came to exist is really interesting and really horrible and not one I'm gonna go on and on in this movie. But let's just say thank your local gay person for fucking 911. But there's not a chance that they couldn't figure out how to get to him by this point.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is awful. Those legs, though, that was...
Yeah.
And you gotta, like, it's makeup. That was some good makeup.
It was.
Because that was terrible. That's another Alan Wake thing. We're doing this and you could be playing Alan Wake.
Well, we only have so many days with this. The library wants their stuff back eventually.
We only have so many days that I care. Play Alan Wake.
Well, I'm sure we can still do something after the movie is over. I do think in the book his editor was a man. I kind of like that they've changed it to a woman, considering what a misogynistic piece of shit Paul was.
No, that's fair. I just can't get over how much of this is, like, because his editor is also, who's, like, worried when he goes missing, like...
Yeah.
And he goes missing because he goes up to a lodge trying to write a book. It's just very... so much like stuff in that. Like I think it just references a bunch of different things, just to be clear, but I can't stand it. No.
It's the shaving. She's shaving him right now.
Ugh.
With a straight razor.
I don't think it was Sweeney Todd that made me squeamish about this. Sweeney Todd is great. But there's just something about this that is so...
Yeah. If anything, Sweeney Todd makes it look very, like, clean, just...
Yeah. Oh, don't do that, sir.
And she's warning him, don't fucking do that.
Oh, I can't. I have to stop watching for a second.
I'll tell you when it's over.
Oh. I do not like body horror. I am the biggest pussy on the planet when it comes to certain things. And, like, body horror is fine and all in the right place, but this, I think it's the anticipation of it. Oh, you know what I like? Krampus.
We're done.
Oh,
Krampus was a great movie.
Krampus is a great movie, and I can't wait for it to be Christmas time when I can watch it again and it's not weird. And that has plenty of body horror in it, does it not?
Yeah, she is so much like more like like she's even pretending like she's going to let him go.
I think it's more interesting this way.
I agree, and I think that's why like so far I like this. I've enjoyed this more than I enjoyed the book.
Was she in the book? Did she seem uh religious? Like, did she present herself as religious?
Yes.
Okay. It's the cross she's wearing.
Yeah, she presents herself as religious. It seems like it probably had something to do with her mother, though it was never super dived into. In the first part of the book, she would talk a lot about like, well, my mama always said kind of stuff. And yeah, she was presented as religious because she like didn't even like when he would cuss and
That's
things
right.
like that.
That's right.
I'm assuming he won't be the young cop who gets killed.
Yeah.
This dude does kind of look like the sheriff I would find in any Colorado town in my mind.
Right? If he had been around the Overlook, I don't think there would have been any fucking funny business going on.
He just took a really long road trip.
The sheriff kind of looks like my grandpa.
I could see that.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
Like, with a well, my grandpa had a mustache sometimes.
More mustache.
Yeah, no, definitely more mustache. He could never grow. She sounds more like how you said his mind would talk about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will only call things bitchily Calcorn. That's quick.
Early parasocial relationships. Is that a dog, like, standee on that table back there?
I don't I don't know. I was very distracted. Oh look, the sheriff is going places, but in twos with he's with a lady?
I think it's like his secretary or something. I don't know. She came in and was talking to him a little bit when he got his phone call to start looking for Paul Sheldon.
What the hell?
Go for it, Virginia.
I love the sheriff and his wife Virginia. I love that their marriage is still going strong. That was amazing.
New favorite characters. They could have made the book better.
Yes. I really like that the sheriff is doing his job.
Right?
He's like, I don't have a deputy, so I'll have to bring my wife.
When she's in that car, she is his deputy.
That's right. You know what? That's right. I like that because he didn't see enough. He kept going. Oh no.
The struggle is real when you're walking through snow.
Oh my god, that was the best. He needs some snowshoes though.
He does.
Oh no. He is abandoning it just too soon.
And there's the tire. They'll have to wait for spring.
That's dumb to leave the door open on the car like that. It's gonna be cold as shit.
Given how old that car is, it was going to be cold as shit anyway. I feel like everyone's family has had that car at one point and the heater never worked.
That's fair. But this is when the heater worked. It was new then.
That car did not look new even then. Oh, she got the new book. I do feel like this is harder to sell, like why she isn't taking him to the hospital. Um, when you go the route of her being more innocent to the start and less initially being perceived as like demonic or fucked up in any capacity.
I think because he was in such a fog, I think that's how it's kind of meant to, like, he's in the fog of having hit his head and he's all hurt, and then he's in the fog of pain, and then he's in the fog of the meds and everything,
Yeah.
and he's also stuck, like he can't, sorry, I got distracted. He can't, like, he has nothing else. he has nothing else to like go off of.
Yeah. It is interesting watching this without like having his internal like thoughts.
Yeah, he seems, it makes him seem more innocent
Yeah.
himself.
I don't have to know the awful things that man thinks.
This is pretty painfully 80s though.
Hey, Misery. I didn't know pigs could be brown.
I have some very exciting news for you. Pigs are really like, they can do a lot of different colors and stuff. They're super like, I keep wanting to say divergent, and that's not diverse. That's the word I want.
It looks like JJ.
It does. It sounds like JJ. Maybe we should call you Misery. I really like that she has an emotional support pig.
Yeah. That pig looks pretty happy.
Oh no. No.
Oh, geez.
Uh, well, I'm mad now.
Well, I mean, we knew she was racist.
Yeah, but the movie didn't have to go there.
No.
We didn't have to.
Oh, she's even talking about her husband.
I thought she was just talking about murder. I guess if she's talking about night shifts at the hospital, she is talking about murder. When she says she dove into work.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out what the hell he was doing under the blankets.
What's
Is she trying to get him to marry her?
Certainly seems like she might be.
As she's holding his pee in a bottle?
I mean, what is a better testament to like a great couple? I mean, you know what? Maybe he could have been the thing that stopped her from murdering more. She stopped when she was married the first time.
I can't decide if I'm riveted or really bored.
Oh, I think she might know. She might know about misery now.
Dirty bird is also an insult I'm going to be using from now on. lack of hygiene in the medical system in 1871 murdered her. Probably. Not sound like Carrie's mom.
It does.
That, that sounds a lot less, like, that makes less sense than I'm going to kill myself and then kill you. Like, if I die, you die.
Yeah.
Like, people can get through a lot. Like, I don't know. Dudes, and I don't mean this as like an anti-dude thing. They've kind of proven that dudes feel certain things like more acutely. Like, I don't know so much about pain specifically. I know like when they talk about man flu, men get the flu harder.
Yeah.
Well, when I say men, I mean like assigned male at birth people. I do think that pain is something that men feel more. Assigned male at birth people, I'm kind of being an ass here, tend to feel like more acutely than people assigned female at birth.
This is a terrible idea, Paul.
Yeah, he's very stupid.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
I only say that because like I know this story of this. There's like this true crime story of this woman in South Africa who was like horribly like
Yeah, it was a bad idea.
essayed and then like gutted and her intestines were falling out and she like after they left her thinking she was dead, she like tucked them back in and like walked to the highway. Like people can get through a lot. I just don't know that Paul can.
Yeah.
I mean, this looks horrible.
This looks horrible. This looks so horrible.
Yeah, I'm not. This was a.
What was your plan, Paul?
I don't drink a lot. I might really need a drink.
We have rum.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm thinking. Because we actually have a little soda right now, too. I'm like, oh, God. I know Kathy Bates got an award for her performance in this, didn't she? I wonder if this dude did, because this is...
I don't know. Let's find out.
Oh, that sucks.
Look at that tiny little article.
If Stephen King went missing like this, it would be like front page news of every actual newspaper, website, fucking everybody would be talking about it.
So yes, Kathy Bates did win Academy Award for Best Actress for this one. Doesn't mention if he got anything. Let's see. Doesn't look like he got anything for this.
That's
what I
wild
can
to
see.
me.
Oh yeah, and there was all of this because this was in the book too.
That's really interesting. And that's in the book too.
Yeah, that she talked to God about him.
And God said, I delivered him to
Yeah,
you so
I
that
believe
you may
so. I
show
think
him
I
the
even
way.
have it marked in my book. I'd have to grab it.
That's really interesting. Because obviously I don't think she talked to God.
Yeah. Oh, I guess maybe we're not going to do it in groups of 9.
I bet this dude keeps copies around now.
I would certainly hope so. He's bluffing. Don't fuck with your greatest fan. What's interesting is that in this movie, it doesn't get a title, it's just untitled instead of Fast Cars.
Tracy Chapman was gonna sue them. Come on, Joe March, burn the fucking book.
Burn the mother down. There's gonna be a barbecue either way.
He's gonna have to smell that lighter fluid now. All the time. I feel like you'd get such a headache after a little bit.
Probably.
Now it's just all on his bed. He's covered in lighter fluid. How is this just...
Because it's only on the lower half of him. If he gets the match too low.
Obviously, he's important to her. He should just set himself on fire and then she'll freak out. What did she think was gonna happen?
Well, and that's the thing, is in the book, she was just getting so distracted by the fire. She was just, like, staring into it. Which is what made me think of, like, Carrie, and then also, I mean, I don't know anything about Firestarter, but obviously Stephen King has a thing about fire.
So, she didn't... What the... It's like she didn't understand what a fire would do?
Ooh, helicopters.
Only looking for a 65 Mustang. Nothing else. We're not going to ask people if they've seen him or a 65 Mustang come this way. Oh, great, and she's a climate truther.
I'm gonna take those matches now. Trade you some pills. You need a dry swallow like house.
I feel like that's something people did more of back in the day. You get two pills, dude. You have super messed up legs. Take one, hide one. Take one, hide one. Like, why would you hide both of them?
That is a heck of a mullet.
Oh, they are going with Coca-Cola.
Ooh.
Maybe it's that evil drinks Coca-Cola and good drinks Pepsi.
Maybe Coca-Cola just gave them more of a sponsorship. Like, we know that you put Pepsi in the book, but, like, why? But why? It could have been Coke. Do you want to take your red pills, Paul?
I'm so confused.
So he had thought, like, about, like, storing some of the pills if he ever could, in the book, because one, it fucks him up really bad in the head. Like, he goes to sleep. And he doesn't know what's going on. But also then if she ever takes off on him again, he has some to take.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's being well explained here, though. Because we don't really see how he is on the medications. At least now he's got a real, like, way to shave that isn't a straight edge razor. What's interesting to me is she is super religious, but she obviously likes these romance novels, which do sound like they are, like, sexy.
Yeah. I don't think she's that, like, I don't think she's that kind of, like, religious, though.
Yeah.
There used, there used to be a brand of religious where you could read, like, you know,
Smutty romance.
that's the thing is there also used to be a brand of romance that wasn't quite smutty,
Yeah.
but it was still kind of,
Sexy.
yeah, I guess.
Because I'm not sure exactly how far Paul Sheldon goes. It just sounds like it's at least, it's sexy.
Yeah. God, I feel like I've met women like this. Why? I don't. She's so upset.
She was looking for validation,
Are you sure?
and then she found out she did something wrong.
Ooh. Caan's on a dime. Hey, you want to talk about driving too fast on the snow?
Yeah. Yeah, that was also fucking awful and stressful.
And if he picks the lock with this hairpin.
You're gonna be really mad.
Yeah, I know. I just don't feel like he should be able to. But it's probably like an easy lock.
I do believe they like kind of go into this like some when he's doing it in the book too, and I don't know. I don't know if it was like some research he had like done because he starts talking about like his fast cars character, I think.
Yeah, well, and he did say like he grew up as a slum kid, so I feel like I should be more like I shouldn't be rooting for Annie. Like, try the doorknob. What if she left it unlocked this time?
He's already got meds squirreled away, so he doesn't at least need to go out to get medication. So I'm curious how we're about to, like, how this trip out is going to change.
I wonder if because the movie obviously has to be shorter than the book, if the point of him going out is to try to get to a phone and to find that book.
Yeah. And when he did go to the bathroom to get the medications, he was trying to get to the phone and he found out it was dead. So I am wondering if we're going to get phone and book here. Because this is also not presenting him as being as addicted to the medications.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Like he's squirreling them away, but they're not really showing why.
Yeah.
Um,
I appreciate that they got a young picture of Kathy Bates as a kid to put in there. She thought ahead, man. She
yeah,
couldn't
like,
remember what the answers were to the questions in Denver, but she's done this before.
yeah. Maybe that's why I'm rooting for her a little bit because it is nice to see like, oh, she's got chains on her car. It looks like maybe, or no, maybe it's just snow. But no, it is nice to see like a smart lady,
Yeah.
like a smart criminal lady. Dude, he's gonna get caught just because he's taking too long.
We might get to see the tchotchke.
Sure looks like it. Oh. That's how he's gonna get caught.
That is something she notices in the book. She notices her shit
Okay.
was moved a little bit. Oh, there's the scrapbook of murder.
Oh, and I do feel silly because his car was from New York, but obviously we know they're in Colorado. Oh, he's sent her an autograph, apparently. Yeah, what do you think, dude? She said she was your number one fan.
Yeah. And
I'm
she's read your
shocked.
book so many times.
Like, I'm shocked that's all that was.
She was already planning on immediately rereading Misery's Child if you hadn't killed Misery.
Honestly, that sounds pretty, like, reasonable
Yeah.
to me. I know this isn't this kind of movie, but I keep expecting him to just, like, go downstairs.
Oh, well, he's getting the meds.
He took very few, it seemed like, but at least
Yeah.
he put that back right, but not the pain wound. You know what it is? I don't like suspense like this.
That's fair.
So he can't get in the kitchen.
Could fit if I didn't have these damn arms.
This is... I do not like suspense, man. Oh, this is not an accessible house. That's what I was going to say. This shouldn't work.
No, it shouldn't.
It's the wheels.
Yeah.
You're
Dude.
gonna crawl? You don't have time. I hate this. Kathy Bates, you deserve the win on this.
Why? Why is he crawling?
Where are you gonna go outside, man? I guess he doesn't probably know what's available to him.
Yeah. And he legitimately might get caught in the movie versus like what has happened. We've already got some things changed.
You kind of deserve getting your legs broke, dude. Like, or foot chopped off, whatever. I remember, like, the scene I always remember is her, like, hobbling.
That's what I always thought had happened in the clips that I've seen.
I feel,
And they've already mellowed out a lot of stuff, like,
yeah.
so I wouldn't be shocked if they mellowed that out too to make it that she just re-broke his legs.
The rating probably would have been too high for that amount of, like, or, yeah, moron.
Oh my gosh. This is more irritating than suspenseful. Though I imagine sitting in the theaters when this first came out.
Yeah.
Very different, especially like if you hadn't read the book.
But if you had read the book, I feel like you'd be mad about it.
Yeah.
Like, he was so much smarter than this. I don't even like this dude, but he was so much smarter than this.
Yeah.
He's leaving that door open, which I don't think was open. Might have been.
This is just careless.
He's gonna be so sweaty. She's gonna be like, why are you so sweaty?
I was doing what a man needs to do. Oh, how fortunate for him, she dropped a ream of paper.
She's gonna hear that door close. And is he gonna remember to lock his door? He is. Okay.
I think this is how he loses probably the bobby pin if they keep that bit that she finds in there.
I don't think he looked at that book yet, though.
No, he didn't. He just glanced over and saw the scrapbook. You got pills coming out your pants.
This is actually suspenseful.
Which is why we've been dead silent.
Yeah.
I used that gift the other day. And I'll do it again.
He's still, like, squirreling away the meds.
Yeah.
I'm really curious, like, what the intention is with that. Like, I'm wondering if he's gonna try to drug her.
Mm. Oh, they found the car.
That's no bueno. Though, seeing the door open,
Know that he somehow managed to crawl outside his vehicle, but we have been unable to find his body anywhere in Texas. We also know that
9
where?
on the
Oh,
mic. I'm assuming it's like News Channel 9 or something.
I wonder if it's meant, like, to replace the KTKA thing. Channel 9.
Yeah.
Ooh, this sheriff's the smart one who's realizing, you know, I'm having another South Park residence, not residence, reference in my head. Smart, 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 smart. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, I think he is gonna make it
Okay.
like a little. Maybe he's trying to figure out what it is, what's in it.
Nothing like staring at the blank page.
I don't need that song in my head now. That song was so overplayed when it first came out.
Well, I mean, at least Johnny's not a dull boy.
Ducky has feelings, damn it. Clearly, he came up with something.
Yeah. Oh, she's a gravedigger in this one.
I don't know why, but I really dig her calling him Mr. Man. And that's when they kicked her out of Bakersfield.
It's interesting. I'm pretty sure it's actually like Jeffrey or Joffrey that actually goes to fetch the doctor, not Ian.
Are you being the Annie Wilkes of the book to the movie right now?
I am, yeah.
Do I need to worry about...
Nah. That's too much work.
That's fair. She goes to a lot of trouble.
She really does.
He's doing a tiny little blip. The dog, the one that looks like the pig. He's got his tongue poking out the tiniest bit, and it's adorable.
Yeah, all of this is all stuff that the lover does. Ian's her husband.
Maybe they realized it was out of character for the character, or harder to explain for the character in the course of a movie than in the book. Like
Yeah.
Like that, like, see, because she's like so into
Yeah.
like. Of course, the Barachi is your all-time favorite, Annie. Annie, I fucking adore you. Like, I shouldn't. You're the bad guy, but you're kind of wonderful. She's so, like, she just needs, like, lithium or, like, some other mood stabilizer. Like, God. Oh my God. The sheriff and his wife are still amazing.
Sounds like Jim might be kind of a Karen.
And the sheriff is still quality.
Yep.
It's incredible. Everybody but Paul Sheldon are just great. You know, maybe if he'd just been this nice to Annie from the beginning, she wouldn't have had to do the things she had to do to him.
Again, she did stop murdering with her first husband.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I just want to make that real clear. I only victim blame when it's characters who aren't real. That's Meatloaf?
It's meatloaf.
You know what? I also appreciate Annie because she has Heinz ketchup.
That's the appropriate way to make a meatloaf.
I kind of want meatloaf now. I don't like meatloaf.
It can be really good when you make it right.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair. I saw a whole thing on Reddit about how, like, meatloaf is either nasty, horrible garbage or delicious and amazing. There is no in between.
Exactly. But also, we haven't eaten dinner, so that may be why
That's
their
fair.
dinner just looks so damn good.
And now she's getting crotch drugs. All I can think is how much, like, balls her wine is going to smell like that. God, this dudes will even drug you when you have them kidnapped in your house. This just shows that date rape can happen at any time. Oh, and she spilled his drug wine.
Maybe because she's not as stupid as he thinks she is. I don't know for sure that that's the case, but that's kind of the reveal in the book. Is like, yeah, no, I knew what you were up to.
Oh, did he try to drug her in the book?
He didn't try to drug her, but she noticed the missing pills. She noticed the marks. She found the bobby pin. She was aware of the fact that he'd been up to shenanigans.
It's in. I think you might be right because it's the way that she said, "Can we pretend this never happened?"
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right. She knew what he was up to, and she's basically going, you know what, this is all too nice. I'm giving you a chance here because it makes sense to me why you're trying to do this. Let's just.
We saw the sheriff reading the books.
Is it still winter or winter again?
It's still winter.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if like, I guess because his legs are still all screwed up. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just still winter.
Well, and like, it lasted just a really long time. Like, it was a concern that when stuff was going to melt off, they'd find the car, which, obviously, they've already found the car.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's happening sooner, and I'm guessing there went his, maybe not? Because he still was able to put tea in that chapter.
He might have just been trying to do his own, like, physical therapy or something.
Or practice dropping it on her head.
Yeah.
Because now it's raining and, like,
Yeah.
so things would start to melt.
Yeah, he's pumping iron. I do think it's interesting they haven't done anything to show the, like, this is a gunslinger typewriter.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. I really like the rain. Your kidnapper. I'm your kidnapper. That makes a lot more sense why she's like, no, I have to die and then you have to die. Everybody dies. Or like, no, I'm gonna lose you. Like, you'd think I wouldn't be surprised by how erratic she is, but I'm very surprised. Like, she's just so erratic. I knew the depressive bits were coming, but goddamn.
Yeah. Huh. Kathy Bates is doing a damn good job.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't have to watch him struggle to get out again, at least. That's
Thank
kind of nice.
Christ.
We just get to cut to him with a knife. There are like certain angles where this dude looks like oh my goodness. I just had his name and now it's gone. King of Queens. Kevin James. Where he kind of looks like Kevin James. Are we gonna get the book now?
He'd be really dumb, I feel like.
Oh, she left it open for him. Figures he'd zone in on the story about himself.
It does look like she left it open to that.
Yeah.
Because presumably because she was pasting it in, but I imagine also because she knows he's getting out and she wanted him to see.
Fishing.
The picture with the uh where it was the top nursing student who fell to her death and where she had the like precious moments like tussling over the toy.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I wondered if she was like feeding any of them to the pig.
Fair.
Well, that's like there was a famous serial killer that did that. How it went, dude. Or you dummy.
I mean, you really do have to practice your moves.
Yeah, no, I guess I do appreciate that he is practicing. Also, I have that blanket that he has, which is kind of great. I guess he had a bunch of time,
Yeah.
but you can't know that.
Nope.
And you should take risks, but I don't know.
Well, and this is interesting because obviously, like, he's awake because he won't take the medications.
Yeah.
So he's gonna know when she shows up.
And does he have another stockpile? Like, is he stockpiling them again? Because she's presumably still feeding them to him.
Yeah. I think he's going all in on this knife since he's just leaving it in his sling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he better damn well hope this works.
And we know it doesn't.
Well, now my plan's ruined. I practiced and everything. Okay.
He should have left it.
He should have left it. It's time.
Oh. How did she get a vein on the first try? Come on.
She's a very skilled nurse. She's dealt with many patients.
I guess maybe other people don't have the problems that I have. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm going to walk away for this bit.
That's
This
fair.
is a little too much. I will be back.
Yeah, she does not have an axe. I don't think she's going to chop his foot off. Oh, and she's going for the other one now. I do appreciate that they only show one of them actually, like, going. Well then. They also didn't need to, like, cauterize any wounds. It was a lot cleaner. Much cleaner. She caught the sheriff's eye coming into town.
Oh, I'm going to get myself something with alcohol inside of it. Cause this is a whole lot.
This is a whole lot. Sheriff is doing research.
Do you want any?
No, I'm good.
I really appreciate the sheriff.
All I can think whenever anybody does research is of American Dad, the hot tub episode, when the hot tub salesman is doing a bunch of research. Oh shit. The quote that he wrote down.
Oh shit.
She said it in one of her interviews. Slim Jims have not changed.
You don't have to change a winning thing. We're gonna see if I mess this drink all up. It's fine.
The sheriff is ready. I really hope he isn't about to go die.
They better not have made me love him. Though if he does go die, then the wife comes. That would be pretty cool. Can you imagine? I feel like that's not the kind of twist they did in the 80s of like building up the character and shit. Shots in the muscle don't take hold that fast. They just don't.
Maybe she pushed it so quickly his arm just got tingly.
Oh, maybe they're just skipping that whole.
They might be, yeah.
He is David and Goliath. I don't know if our constant listeners have picked up on it, but I have some chronic illness issues, so I have a lot of interaction with medical shit, which is why I keep saying some of this shit. I just keep saying stuff, so. You're in history.
And he was a mediocre student.
That seems accurate. I feel like nobody is a good student majoring in history. What?
Maybe she intends to take Misery's return.
Oh shit.
I think Stephen King even has another book where like somebody does that. Like steals someone else's and like publishes it after they die.
That makes so much sense. Like, because how else could she turn it in? She couldn't get it published. Missing for 4 weeks? Or declared dead for 4 weeks? She could poison him with a hot cup of cocoa.
Must get lonely. You're not here all by yourself. There's a point there.
You have to take turns poking our heads out.
Oh my god, that sheriff needs to get out. I don't care if Paul Sheldon gets found. I care about him.
Right? Run away.
He's making so much noise.
Well, she did say he could look around.
I don't like suspense. No! Go away! Go away, Annie! Don't taste that cocoa. Oh no. No!
Don't go back.
Oh fuck.
That is your fault, Paul Sheldon. He was
He
out.
left.
He was out of there.
Not the shotgun, that doesn't count. I put plenty of bullets in the shotgun, it was fine. But I only put 2 in the revolver because, for reasons.
Wizard. Lighter fluid.
Huh. I'm so sorry for all the coughing. Weird that it was called misery, right? But like the way, like hearing them say it and talk about it, I it I really think it ties into the
Yeah.
because they they want like they want to like that will be able to give misery back to the world. I
Yeah.
live for misery, for like darkness and like
Yeah.
think about like Flag and the Eyes of the Dragon. Like his whole thing was he wanted like chaos and to sow discord and the worst shit ever, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like that. The Inky thing seems so.
Who the fuck is Windthorn?
Maybe that's Geoffrey. No, I love that he says it that way too because he knows better than the director. Dom Perignon it is.
Makes me think of Zapper.
Yes, he needs some champagne.
And guacamole.
Zap Brannigan's mom is Annie Wilkes of the canon.
This is not how the misery book goes.
He did not say champagne. I'm really mad. We're watching with subtitles and I saw the word champagne and I expected it to say champagne. It's so heartbreaking.
Right?
Every time. I think that's what's really crazy about Kathy Bates' performance, because I had a little bit of sympathy for Annie Wilkes as like you were explaining the book.
Yeah.
But the movie, holy fuck. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I am heartbroken for her. This fucking breaks my heart. I learned it by watching you. God, she really did take that to the head and just keep going. Jeez. So funny. Well, there goes the 2 bullets. If you're counting. Oh,
Oh, hot damn.
I get why they gave it more to hit, because they haven't done the storyline with the typewriter and everything.
Yeah.
Why she trips over his legs and everything like that. It makes
Yeah.
more sense here. I like the other version better, where it's the typewriter that takes her out. Like, just totally.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, why are we still...
Because legends never die.
If she comes back again now, I'm gonna be mad.
"18 months later."
I love the 80s outfits and everybody looks so sharp. I don't think I'll ever be able to say I'm anybody's number one fan ever again. Or possibly listen to Liberace, but in all reality, I really didn't all that much to begin with.
Misery
the Pagans herself.
Amazing.
Incredible. What a way to end that movie.
Okay. So that was Misery. What'd you think?
I think it gets a lot more hype
Yeah.
than it deserves. There's certainly good parts.
Yeah.
I see why that dude didn't get any awards. He was fine. He wasn't he was great. He was fine. He just wasn't Reno. What? Was any of this filmed here?
I wasn't paying attention.
I just saw that there was casting Reno and casting LA.
Well, let's see.
I need to know. Can you fucking imagine? Maybe they just cast people from here. Which would make a lot of sense. She's looking at the wiki, I believe.
Yeah, trying to at least. I got very distracted seeing some of the people that were offered to be Paul Sheldon.
They have been better than this Paul Sheldon.
I mean, there's some good names on here. The part of Paul Sheldon was originally offered to William Hurt twice.
Oh, shit.
Kevin Kline, Michael Douglas, Harrison Ford, Dustin Hoffman, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Richard Dreyfuss, Gene Hackman, and Robert Redford, but they all turned it down.
Kevin Kline would have been amazing.
Right? That's why I got so distracted.
There's a lot of names in there that I love. I'll be honest, I don't think Harrison Ford would have been better.
No.
He's too specific at shit. But Kevin Kline would have been amazing.
Yeah, I feel like Gene Hackman would have been amazing too.
I don't really know I'm sure I know Gene Hackman more than I... Yes, yeah, look, and on locations in Northern California and Nevada.
Okay.
And producers wish to thank the Washoe tribe of Nevada and California, the city of Genoa, Nevada. So yeah, I think the Colorado shit was filmed here. I bet you fucking money.
Probably.
That's wild.
Don't drive down those streets this recklessly.
That's wild.
So much snow.
That's outlandish. I cannot even believe.
Dude, let's see what the special features, if there are any, on this disc. I think there was something.
I really needed... So, they just transplanted Genoa and, Washoe land for Colorado, I guess. Which is just... What? I mean, I guess I know why. So then I guess when I'm saying it doesn't snow like that here, I have no idea. It absolutely does. It just hasn't in a long time because of climate change. I didn't live here when this was filmed. And I don't live in those parts. I live in city. That means people in Reno. Because it said casting Reno.
Yeah.
People from Reno were in misery.
I know, we've got theatrical trailer and theatrical teaser. Do we want to watch either of those?
I mean, we've seen the movie now.
Yeah, it does seem so.
I don't need to know how they wanted to convince me to see the movie.
Okay, well, that is us watching Misery. We'll see if any of this is usable, or if too much of the movie got picked up at all.
Finding out that it was filmed, I want to know what parts of it were filmed here. I'm guessing the snowy parts.
That would be my guess, too.
That's crazy. I can't get over it. That's crazy. Young Kathy Bates was here. The guy that could have been Kevin Kline was here.
All right.
Does this give us an excuse to watch The Road to El Dorado?
I mean, I don't really feel like you need an excuse.
To watch it and record it, I guess.
No.
God damn it.
You just want to watch movies. If you want to just start a podcast that's us watching movies,
You know that I do.
that's a whole separate
I watch
podcast.
Disney movies. The Road to El Dorado is not a Disney movie and I don't care. Put it on there anyways.
I mean, you had mentioned The Princess Bride earlier. That's why I'm saying, like, we just make a podcast of us responding to movies.
The movies that made us.
Assuming that this worked okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
But we will, I think we'll do an actual episode talking about this, possibly, at least a little bit. Maybe
Yeah,
just like a short one.
I'm sure we could bring it, especially if the audio didn't work. If the audio worked, we'll see. This is a whole lot of misery.
This is a whole lot of misery.
So.
And I do have to say, like, I feel like this is definitely overhyped. Like, it's not bad, but I was expecting better of both the movie and the book from the way everybody's just like, no, it's so good.
Yeah.
And, like, the Reddit has Misery at, like, number 5 of the best, like, Stephen King, and I'm like, I don't know that I've read that much. Yeah, that twice. They went out of their way to trash it again.
So what I think is it's Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
And some of the changes that they made.
Yeah.
But what do you think is the big, like, why do you think people are so...
I do think it's Kathy Bates because she did an amazing job in this. I think it is a little bit the changes that they made. But also I feel like when it comes to horror movies, because it's so different from what you see, that it just has like a different scale. And as far as like horror movies goes, especially at this time, you know, we're used to seeing things like Halloween and Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
This was more suspenseful rather than scary.
Would this count as a psychological thriller? Because of the way that she flips?
I feel like it should, because it is. It's all about building up and, like, don't piss Annie off too much because she will flip on you. So it's horror, but it's not, like, your standard runaway Michael's coming.
Yeah. I have to say, like, I obviously didn't read the book, but the way that the things that you described from the book, like, there are some changes in this that were better. I think building up the sheriff.
Yeah, I wish the sheriff had been in that book.
Losing him the way that happens is much more of a gut wrench.
Yeah.
But also losing Paul's monologue, like, inner monologue. Like, I still don't like him in this. I don't want to like Paul. I think it's a really interesting thing. That is something Stephen King, I feel like, does really well, is protagonists that you don't really like, but you don't have to like your protagonist. Like, people are not always likable. They still shouldn't be killed.
Yes.
Like, you shouldn't treat somebody who sucks this way.
No.
Even for all my joking of, like, oh, I'm rooting for Annie. I'm really not. I just sympathize with Annie. Making Annie, who is also not a great person, a sympathetic character Like, the movie does a better job of that, but it's because you're not seeing it through Paul's eyes, right?
Yeah.
I think...
We don't have to hear how stupid he thinks she is.
Yeah, I think being able to, like, show the way that the movie did, like, the couple of times, like, when she spills the wine, and you don't know, did she do it on purpose? Did she do it by accident?
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting, but I feel like losing her going off about, like, well, I've put my hair in spots. You lose the paranoia that she has, but you also lose, like, that's such a smart way to deal with that. And there's things, I think the book probably is better between the two, but Kathy Bates and then the sheriff and his wife make this shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it, but maybe it's something where, like, you have to watch it more than once, because I doubt anybody's watching it once and going, that's the greatest thing. And also, compared to other Stephen King adaptations, maybe that's part of it.
I do imagine that's a little bit of it, because I mean, I don't know, at least at this point with the year this came out, I think it's at 1990. I know, like, the mini-series are always kind of, like, hit or miss.
Yeah.
I really want to watch the Desperation one because it's got Ron Perlman in it.
Ron Perlman is amazing.
But, like...
Just a quality person.
I know a lot of people loved the Shining mini-series when it had initially come out, which I didn't watch because I know that one has, like, the hedge animals in it.
Yeah.
But they don't like the Kubrick film, and I think there's so much stuff that goes on to, like, the background of that Kubrick film is a whole other, like, mess, that I feel like sometimes that influences a little bit of the, like, well, I don't like that movie.
What I've heard is that Stephen King didn't like the Kubrick film.
He doesn't.
But that he really liked the miniseries.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I'm interested in that, too. I don't know how Stephen King feels about this. I haven't heard anything.
I didn't look it up, but you know what? If we do decide to do an actual episode, I'll look up some stuff and see what we can find. Like especially now that we know it was filmed near here.
Yeah, I think that could be interesting too, to, like, put some little stuff, like...
We have a perk we didn't even know was going to be there of...
Maybe if some of the filming spots are close enough to here, we could go by, get some pictures or something, find some shit out.
You know, there is a book that I really want to get that's like Stephen King Goes to the Movies that talks about all of the movies, at least to a certain point. Yeah. I wonder what it might have.
Because I don't think Genoa is far from here.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think it's very far.
But
I don't know how they... I think here it's pronounced Genoa. I think that's how they pronounce the city here.
We'll look it up.
I don't... we'll have to find out. I think that's how they pronounce the town.
I know that, like, the street that I used to live on when I first moved out here, it was pronounced Genoa.
Genoa.
But...
It might be Genoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I've lived here for 13 and a half years. The fucking pronunciations of some of this shit.
What, you mean like Moana and Kitski?
Kitski is made to screw with people. I just as a quick bonus, Kitski is spelled Kietzke, and it's pronounced Kitski, and that is wrong.
All the car lots can be found on Kitski.
Come on down, Kitski, and buy yourself a car. But yeah, Moana, and now there's a movie, Moana, and Moana is correct generally, but it's the same as Nevada. It should be Nevada, but I've known, at least from having grown up next to Nevada, I've known my whole life it's not Nevada.
Yep.
Don't say Nevada.
Don't say Nevada.
People will shank you. You cannot say Nevada. Not me. I'm not saying I will shank you. I'm just saying other people who are from here might shank you.
They might go a little Annie Wilkes.
Did she do any stabs? She didn't do any stabs in the movie.
No, but she got real angry.
She did get real angry.
They may not necessarily stab you. They might do other things to you.
That's true.
All crime happens here.
If you any true crime that you look into, eventually it's gonna touch Reno, which is weird. This is just a still being full of beans, man.
Yep.
But legitimately, like, they might also just make fun of you, and people from Reno are real fucking good at that.
They may also never talk to you again. So I guess if you just never want to talk to someone from here again, you could say it. So.
Yeah, Kiski, Moana, Nevada. It might be Genoa. I don't know. It might, the one that's in Italy might be Genoa. My family always said Genoa.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that doesn't mean that's right.
Well, and I don't know that they were pronouncing that street right. I just remember, like, that's what the, like, real estate company called it.
I do think most people say Genoa. That's why I was making that thing. Like, there's a lot of things that people don't, like being of Italian descent does not make you automatically correct. That's why I was so mad about that, by the way. If you missed when I was making spaghetti the other day, that's why I got so mad at Annie Wilkes. But yeah, I shouldn't have rooted for Annie. She was very mean about my people. But
truth.
Okay, yeah, anyways, that's it. Can be done now. I'm still just full of beans. Now a little bit of rum.
Okay, well, we will talk to you another time.
We don't know how to sign this off, so
I think you know how to sign this off.
get the fuck out of my house.